Hi, it's Mitch from PickDogs.com. We've got the Jags and the Chiefs going at it, and yeah, we've got ourselves a ball game here. So this is going to be interesting. Second half, it'll be interesting to see what the second half lines are, and of course, the big question mark: the status of Patrick Mahomes for the second half of this game. Oh man, it does not look good, but stranger things have happened. We saw Trevor Lawrence in a game earlier this season looking like, he had a career season ending type injury, bounced right back, and the Jags, ended up winning that game. So, it happens, but Mahomes' injury looked to be a little more serious. Of course, Mahomes has been injured plenty throughout his career. And we kind of thought that, at least watching the game in the first quarter, I was sitting there thinking, man, Mahomes is, running an awful lot here. Do you want your $50 million a year quarterback, running up and down the field? But anyways, got the kickoff here for this after the field goal. It's 17-10 Chiefs. Yeah, we're not talking about bets that were already made. We do not care. We didn't see you give out the pick before the game. So we don't care about what your pick is now. What we care about are the picks that we can make now. And that is the second half bets that will be coming out shortly. And Jay is here. Jay, we've got 7 halftimes left to go, including this one. It's been a hell of a season, winding it down in a big way here. We got a big game going on here. The Chiefs just taking a knee to ride out the half. I have the Jags in this game. I just have a bet on them. I do not have a premium pick, but I'm a big Patrick Mahomes fan, and I do not like what I'm seeing here. I did not like that strategy of having him running down the field in a playoff game time and time again. $45 million is a lot to have invested in one player, and I will tell you, Chad Henne, not a viable option. He might have gotten away with it in the first half, but you have to remember, they did not prepare for Chad Henne. They prepared for Patrick Mahomes. There will be some halftime adjustments. He is not going to like them. He is not a good football player, Jay. What do you think of this, what we got going on here? I know you're a big Patrick Mahomes fan. It's like we're not like Shannon Sharp and the other guy, who have the LeBron thing going on. We're both huge Patrick fans. We're like the fanboys. It's like,
yeah, for sure. I love Patrick Mahomes. I do, and he's getting beat up in this one. And I got the Jags for the game in this one as well. And Chad Henne, he did that in one good drive, but I'm kind of with you. I don't know, man. I think they better let Mahomes back in this one before Chad Henne gives this one away too.
Well, the second half line is showing that, if you bet the Jags before the game, man, that you have a chance for a middle here, because it is the Jags plus a half, minus 120, the money line for the Jags second half, just plus 105, very close to even money. The Chiefs minus a half at plus 100, and the money line at minus 125. The total 23 and a half. We saw 27 points in the first half, and I'll tell you, it was a quiet 27.
I have the over in this one as well.
I like the over. I mean, I like the under, but I like the over in this one. And it was a quiet 27 points. There was not a lot of possessions, not a lot of punting, just very efficient. Both teams, taking advantage of the opportunities. I thought that on the Henne touchdown drive, I thought the Jaguars could have easily had a touchdown going the other way, or at least had the ball deep in Kansas City territory. They got an unlucky break there on the interception. They also, I don't understand what roughing the passer is anymore, but I guess hitting the quarterback at all is roughing the passer now.
Yeah. Anything that they can deem roughing the passer, they will deem it roughing the passer nowadays.
So Chris Collinsworth said, oh, no doubt about that one. But then they never said, they never went back over it and showed exactly why it was roughing the passer. It seemed like he had thrown the ball, that the hit was below the helmet area, that it was right across the chest, which is above the knee, below the helmet. It's like that, it's basically like what a pitcher's strike zone or less, that they're allowed to hit the guy. and it seemed to be, within a reasonable amount of time from when he threw it. I don't know.
Second half here, I think I'll take the Jags on the money line. I think this game comes down to the very end, especially if they're going to continue to keep Henny out there, which I'm scrolling through and I'm not seeing. I mean, I'm not sure, man. It's not looking good. He's just questionable to return.
And I believe if he does return, that you're not going to see him moving around in the pocket and stuff. I believe that I think the Jaguars have a legitimate chance to win this game.
The Jags survived first half, and then we all know second half, here they come. They're a different football team. They are a different football team in the second half. I witnessed it against my Cowboys. We all witnessed it last week, down 27-0 at halftime. And, I wouldn't be surprised in this one if, Trevor Lawrence, Mr. Never Lost on Saturday, pulls some more Saturday magic.
It sure looks like it because, at the same time, while the Jags have played well enough to stay in this game, they have not really done anything, special. They haven't caught every ball. Kirk dropped one that I believe was a catchable ball on a deep pass.
Deep one right there on the end. Yeah.
Yep. We saw that happen. And we also saw Hasty drop one there that I believe would have been a first down as well, or at least put the Jags in field goal position in that spot. So I just think
was that a illegal, not illegal, but do you think that was like a dirty hit on Mahomes? I'm seeing some of that on social.
Not at all. It was, he's been running all game. He was running all game. It's like, it's not like, it's Tom Brady who's sitting there in the pocket and, you can make the argument, which is always ridiculous, but he's running all game. It's like, I believe that on a lot of these plays, these quarterbacks, they call this roughing the passer stuff, but it's like, we saw it with Geno Smith the other night. And if he's an inch off the ground, man, we've seen him rip off 20-yard runs. It's like Patrick Mahomes, you don't get him all the way down, he can throw that ball all the way the length of the field from, falling while he's falling backwards. It's like George Lawrence. Who's George Lawrence?
Nah, he's responding to a guy in the chat named George. He's saying Lawrence. Yeah.
I think if Mahomes comes in and hobbles around, I think the Chiefs will really be paying the price for that. You can't risk your franchise player career because they're not just invested in Mahomes to win this year. They're invested in Mahomes for a very long time. At $45 million a year, he signed a $450 million contract.
I didn't realize Henny was this damn old.
Oh, yeah. The Dolphins drafted him when Bill Parcells was the head coach because Bill Parcells only drafted quarterbacks that were 4-year starters in college. And they wheeled out this Chad Henne piece of crap. And we had to sit through this guy who can't even throw a ball to a receiver. Wait till he starts throwing to receivers that are near the sideline. They won't have zero chance to catch the ball. He throws it where nobody has a chance to catch it,
Yeah, I think this one's going to come. I think we're going to get a good photo finish in this one. I think the Chiefs probably escape. Mahomes comes back next week. But I think Henny.
I'm not so certain. I think the Jags are going to have a chance to win this game in the end. I do believe that they're going to have a chance to win it. I don't know if they'll make it or not, but I'm going to guess it. This thing comes down. I'm going to guess that this game is settled in the last under 30 seconds to go. Under 30 seconds to go, the outcome will still be in doubt of who's going to win and lose this game.
I think so too, but I think the Chiefs pull it out.
Well, I think the Jags. I think someone will be lining up for the field goal.
Yeah, I can see it. I'm taking the Jags second half. I think they make it interesting, but I think the Chiefs, man, just somehow pull that Chiefs magic and find their way in the AFC Championship game.
Everyone knows that I hate Doug Peterson. I hate his guts, right? But the thing is that we've seen the Jaguars, to their credit, how many times in the last 2 months basically pull that TCU play where the kicker's running onto the field and kicking the game-winning field goal. We've seen it a bunch from them, and I don't believe that they probably feel pretty good where they're at. I'll tell you, Etienne has been out. This is the best he has ever looked. And not ever. It's the best he's ever looked in the NFL. In college, he was great, but
exactly
here,
over this second half and in these 2 playoff games we've seen him so far, he's looked pretty good. So hopefully he continues this. Hopefully we don't see that fumbling ETN that we've seen earlier in the season. And I think the Jags turn it up in the second half, like we've seen them do a lot this season. I really do.
I think the only thing that we'll see, because the Jags seem to be playing it fairly conservatively, not putting Lawrence in situations where he can lose the ball, make the bad pass or anything like that, is if they do fall behind by another score, if something happens and it's late in the game and they have to press and he has to, fourth down and just make a throw type thing, or where he's got to take chances. Outside of that, I think they're in good shape. But I don't see it coming down to that. I really think that they're gonna keep this thing close. I mean, they're going to.
Second half plays, I took Jags on the money line. I kind of lean over. I have the over for the game, so I kind of like the over second half as well. I think the Jags make it interesting. I think the Chiefs don't stop scoring. I don't think it's just going to be continue to be pretty, but I think we barely get over the second half total and the game total, and I lean Jags second half. I like Jags second half on the money line.
I like Jags second half on the money line, which has now gone to minus 115 from plus 105. The plus a half has now gone to minus 135. The over has gone to 22.5 from 23.5. And the Jags team total at 9.5 is minus 150 on the juice. And the Chiefs over 12.5 minus 115. I like the Jags team total over. I think we could go Chiefs team total over here too. I could see this second half being 31 points. I could see it happening. I think that the Chiefs' better chance with Henne in there is to throw the ball, and he sucks at it. But it's like, if not, they're going to stack against the run. I mean, the Jags, they did not practice to play against Chad Henne. They did not. They did not game plan to go against Chad Henne. So as soon as Mahomes came out, you got to figure the Jags were at work. It's like, you ever see Apollo 13, where they got the thing. It's like, we got to fix the air filter. We got this bag of parts, right? It's kind of like that. They got to put it all together here and get the game plan together and change it. Because it's not Patrick Mahomes. You got to figure that if it's up to Andy Reid, nothing more than 4 or 5 yards as far as a pass goes for Henne. And, a lot of running if possible. And we saw them go to Pacheco right out of the gate, and the Jags just weren't ready for it. They just, they've been practicing for Mahomes and more like, the game that Mahomes was playing. I mean, Mahomes was getting yards, Kelsey was getting yards, but they were paying the price. I mean, they were getting hit. And I think that was part of the Jags plan too, was to hit them. And they've done a nice job. I hate Doug Peterson. I mean, I hate his guts, but I gotta say, I think he's in good shape here. And I think he knows that, See what we got in the comments. I smell a pick six coming for the Jags. I do too. Chad Henne is terrible. Terrible, man. He was so bad on Miami. Oh my God. It's like he doesn't even give you a chance, He doesn't even give you a chance. But with Andy Reid's passing game, that West Coast offense, he may have a shot because they'll give him those shorter passes. And that's what we saw right out of the gate, 6-yard pass to Kelsey, type of stuff. But that's not going to last forever because we saw him throw over the middle. They got a hand on it. Man, the hand on it almost intercepted. If they don't get, it's like he
don't got that escapability that Mahomes got.
Oh, he sucks.
When the play breaks down, Mahomes can get out of there. We've seen it a few times on third down, take a step up, sidestep. Henne don't got that. So I think in the second half we see a play breakdown.
Henne could never throw a 5-yard out. He says he could still throw a 5-yard. He could never throw a 5-yard out in his career. He's ass. He's the worst. He is one of the worst 5 players in the entire NFL. He's one of the worst. Possible. He's one of the worst players to ever play starting quarterback and to last this long in the NFL. He sucks. I'm telling you, he sucks. I'm not like, I'm sorry for holding back a little bit. Second round pick, 2007. Let's look at his stats. I mean, when he was a starter, I mean, back when he was young, it's like,
Are they gonna wheelbarrow Mahomes out here? I don't think so.
in 2009, Jay, he had a QBR of 53. And that was as a start. He started 13 games. He had a QB rating of 53. In 2010, he started 15 games and he had a QB rating of, I mean, how is this even possible? 45. It's like, that's Chad Henne. A QB rating of 45. It's kind of like the SAT. You get 44 for just signing your name on the paper, right? For filling out your name. It's like, I mean, come on, you know?
Yeah.
So he had a 108 in Kansas City. He had 3 games that he played in, 1 start in 2020. He was 0 and 1 in his starts. He threw for 28 of 38 for 248 yards, 2 TDs. So they're looking for that type of performance, but it is an outlier on his thing. This season in the games that he's played, so he has played in this season. He played in 4 games. He played in 3 games this season. He was active 4 times. He was 0 for 2, 0 for 2 passing in those games. So his QBR was 3.5. Last year he had a 69, and the year before that he played in 3 games and he had a 26. Well, there's the second half kickoff. It goes out of the end zone. We're going to see the Chad Henne show. Oh no, it's the Patrick Mahomes is coming on the field here. We will see exactly how long he lasts. So all that Chad Henne talk kind of going out the window. Everyone's on their feet for Patrick Mahomes, but I tell you what, man, if you're a Patrick Mahomes fan, you don't want to see this. This is not a good place for him. They're going to try and get it out of his hand in a hurry. This is not going to be good. You can't have half a quarterback out there.
I love my Jags money line second half.
Yep. I like it as well. They're handed off and nobody's buying Mahomes' fake pass. It's like, because he can't put weight on his forward foot, right? So he can't throw because he can't step into it. Because that's it when he has his throwing motion, right? He's going to have to throw off of his back foot. That ain't going to work. Anyways, got 2nd and 7 here. Henne back to pass. Or Mahomes back to pass. We got 3rd and 2 now for the Jags, or for the Chiefs. We're all on, Jay and I are both on the Jags and over. So we can hear the TV, Jay. So you gotta mute that. YouTube might not like that too much. Might mark us. I'll have to see. Hopefully not. But anyways, of course, we'll be back for the late game, the Giants and the Eagles. That should be a beauty. 3rd and 1, boy, they gave him the benefit of the doubt on that spot. Mahomes back to pass. The rush is on. He runs. Wow. And falls forward. Man, he was hobbling. And now he really is limping.
Yeah, man.
Now he is really limping. He went from bad to worse. You know, he's a pro. He's a pro. He wants to run, but it's like, see that it's his back, it's his plant foot, you know. It's like he goes to plant. I mean, it's his right foot. It's like, he's a righty, and that's his right foot. That is bad, and really bad. They're going to hand off to Pacheco. Here's my guess. Well, it's not Pacheco. It's McKinnon. But the world knew that was coming because, I mean, what are you going to do? You know, when you have 3rd and long, you know, what are you going to do? I mean, they're going to bring the house. Andy Reid knows that. He's going to try and pick up, 4 or 5 yards here to make it manageable because you can't count on giving Mahomes that much time back there because he's not going to be able to run and create space. Every time he runs, it hurts himself more. And here it is back in the pocket. They're bringing it. They're bringing it, and oh my God, he just threw it away because he knew
He has no
was in
choice
trouble.
to. Yeah.
Yep. If he throws that if he throws it to Tony or even close to him, that could be a pick six. I mean, because he can't get any zip.
He don't got he don't got the mustard to plant.
Yep. He's trying, man. He is a gamer. I mean, I'll tell you what, Kawhi Leonard would be out for 3 years with this thing.
Yeah.
Kawhi be on the bench, man. He wouldn't be thinking twice about it. Be like, I don't think so. Well, here it is, 3rd and long. This is the play that we were kind of waiting for to see what will happen if they do have 3rd and long. And here it is, 3rd and 10. They snap it to Mahomes. They don't give him a lot of time. The heat is on, and he can't get it there. There's no flag. It just flew away on him. He had to rush it. He couldn't step to the side. One of the things that makes Mahomes is his ability to just take a step to the side one way or the other. And all he needs is that half a second because he has such a good arm. He's such a good passer, but it's like he doesn't have it here to do it. And he's got to just make this throw, and he's high. I mean, maybe
if Kelsey, if you look at him, he didn't plant off that back foot. He kind of tried to baseball throw that one.
He did. Jags have done a nice job on the returns, but the field a little slick. So out to the 15. We'll stay with it for the Jags' first drive, and then we'll go. Kelsey should have had that. Yeah. Let's say a Hall of Fame tight end is going to drop one that he could catch. That isn't going to happen, man. Like, they need to take him out. They need to take him out because we have the Jags money line. So they need to take him out.
I mean, hobble around Mahomes,
I'm telling you, with the injury, it's almost better for the Jags.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
I could see the Jags, tying it up, and this one kind of going, waiting back for it. And I could see Mahomes leading that last drive into field goal range, hobbling around. I could see that, but I could also see the Jags getting that late field goal here and walking out. It's like, I don't know. I was less convinced by Kansas City going into this game, I was. We've got still a commercial. No Burger King commercials here in this one, Jace. They must have heard you.
Okay.
Whopper, 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 Whopper. It's like, enough of the freaking Whopper, man.
I hear that. Watching all these games, I hear that commercial constantly
throughout the day. They brutalized us for the last 2 months at least on that Whopper, Whopper, Junior Whopper, Double Whopper, Triple Whopper, Cheesy Whopper, Whopper.
Yes.
It's like, oh my gosh, man. I don't eat red meat. How is that Whopper? Is it... No. Yes. No. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh well, they seem to like it.
Yeah, man.
They seem to like it. Not a red meat guy, And I think Burger King, the chicken sandwich. I've had the chicken sandwich there years ago. I think it was back when I was drinking, so don't remember too much.
Trevor Lawrence, man, what you got for me today, man? You got another comeback on you up your sleeve, man? I believe in you today, man. Come on.
I got Trevor Lawrence. I'm on him.
Yeah, Ramon, man, for real. Can't get away from the BK commercial, man.
No, you cannot get away, man. You cannot get away. They got us this year, They didn't give us a lot of warning. They just came out and fired it. All right, this is our final drive for this game. After this, we'll be down to 6 more halftime shows for the NFL season. Of course, we're going to do March Madness. So,
sure.
There's the handoff to Hasty. Cuts through 5 yards. This is bad news for the Chiefs. I'm already declaring bad news, for the Chiefs. It's like, it's just bad news for the Chiefs. It's like you don't want to leave the Jags with with third and shorts, they will convert. It's like the offensive line for the Jags. You have to remember about the Jags. These guys drafted very, very high for a very long time. They have a lot of good players that are drafted.
Did Doug Peterson earn a few points in your book this year?
I don't know. I think he did. I think winning that last playoff game, he probably did. I still hate his guts.
I know.
It's that Monday Night Football game, It's still that Monday Night Football game where he just roasted me. I mean, he just crushed me. It's terrible, man. Well, it's going to be 3rd and 2. This is Chris Jones' time. Chris Jones, is probably the second highest guy on the Chiefs.
Jags been pretty good right here on these 3rd and shorts.
They've been good, but they have also been here it is, a little out pattern to Etienne. He got to turn it up, and he does.
He got there.
Man. It's like some of these younger players, they have trouble going north and south sometimes. Of course, we'll have our morning show tomorrow. I thought it was a fun show. I gave out that Boston College outright against Notre Dame. Winner. First and 10 for the Jags. They're on their own 25. Well, like 25 and a quarter, I would say. It's the handoff to Etienne and plenty of room up the middle. He gets about 13. I'll tell you who's going nuts about right now is Mills.
Yeah, I know, right? One of my other good friends, he's a Jags fan. Those are the fans I really respect, when their team's been trashed for so long and they finally get a chance to be good.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that's what it's all about. It's the pain and suffering of all those years that make those good years, so great. It's like the bandwagon fans never really get to enjoy that.
For sure.
It's like when Philly won that Super Bowl. It's like those years of pain and suffering. Like when our Hurricanes won the national title the first time. It was like, I mean, we've been terrible for a long time.
That's gonna be me with my Cowboys, man. I've never seen it in my lifetime.
Well, the Dolphins have been down for a lot longer than that, so a lot longer. Been 84 was the last time they went to the Super Bowl. Lawrence in the shotgun, 2nd and 7, empty backfield here. Chiefs unload. Oh man. That was the first really bad pass that he's thrown today, but he got away with it. The Chiefs just brought the house there, and they just overloaded. They brought more guys than they had.
I don't know if his receiver was supposed to go out there or what.
Yeah, look, I mean, that 99. So how is that not roughing the passer? How is that not roughing the passer? I don't understand. The other one's roughing the passer. He hit him in the head. It's like, how is that not roughing the passer?
I might be with y'all on that one.
It's like, well, Saints have won the Super Bowl more recently than the Cowboys or the Dolphins. And Trevor Lawrence, another bad pass under pressure. So it's going to punt. We'll wait till the punt, and, we'll be seeing you at halftime of the next game, Giants and Eagles. I'm telling you, this round of the playoffs, generally tight games. Lot of dogs. I mean, there's been years where it's all dogs. Many years.
Yep.
Cook gets the ball here. They don't get even a reasonable rush on him. They don't really rush the punters too much these days. Kadarius Toney, this guy is, he is. All right. Well, thanks everyone for joining us. Make it a winning night, and we'll see you guys in about, I guess it's going to probably be about 4 hours. The other game starts at 8 Eastern, so 9:30 Eastern, maybe 3.5 hours. See you then. Make it a good night, man. Enjoy yourself. Be safe out there. Be nice to one another. We're all just betting on games, man. We're not betting against each other. It's not like, I'm smarter than you. I'm a better picker than you. Whatever. I don't care, man. I don't care if I could go 1 in 99 if I got $1 million on the one, and $30 on the 99, I'm a winner. That's all I care about. Anyways, I'd rather go 99-1 though. But anyways, make it a winning night.